Why is the vast majority of animations better than the vast majority of live-action adaptations, particularly in the comic book space? Why do studios generally get animations right and live-action films wrong? My hypothesis is it's because, ironically, animations aren't considered that important. So studio execs are like, yeah, here's your budget, do something nice for the kiddies. Animations are still considered for children, just as video games are still considered for children, despite many of them being esports, and despite now having generations of people who are in their 30s and 40s and are hardcore gamers because they grew up playing Doom, Zelda, or Final Fantasy. That ignorance is a blessing in disguise because studios will just assemble a competent team and let it be. Whereas in the case of a big tentpole Hollywood blockbuster, there are expectations, fears, interests, egos, movie stars, producers, 3 or 4 studios involved. There are way too many cooks in the kitchen. As like one guy, 7 girls sounds like an enviable, brag-worthy proposition until you actually do it and realize 5 of the girls have nothing to do with themselves and either wait their turn or get bored and play Candy Crush. There is such a thing as too big for your own good, so unless that size also comes with an ungodly amount of faith in the person helming the whole thing, things start to go to shit real quick. So the disrespect and lack of appreciation end up working in animation's favor, because while the big brother has to proudly carry forth the company logo and play nice with all the relatives in the other studios, while also catering to the wokesters, the Alphabet EQ Plus brigade, and whatever other trend happens to stumble its way into the limelight, the little brother is just allowed to exist. So he either ends up being an upstanding, likable citizen, or a depressed loner, because he had too much freedom and equated that to being ignored and felt directionless, so he OD'd on half a pharmacy, making everyone cringe away in pain. And this horrible analogy somewhat fits because most animations actually do tend to fall into one of these two extremes. They're either incredibly good, or incredibly autistic, cringy, or so dull that watching paint dry seems like sex on meth by comparison. Special thanks to Serhi, Hrishin, and Longthorn for being uninspired enough with their spending so as to support the channel. Also, if you want to talk superheroes, animations, games, films, opinions, quirks, things your therapist repeatedly told you not to mention in public, feel free to join the Discord. Link in the description.